one zip line. On to the next. What's up?
What's up? What's good, Costa Rica?
Pura vida! What is up, guys? We made it. Costa Rica, finally. We are headed off to a butterfly farm. We are in the mountains of Monteverde, and we are going to a butterfly farm, and then we get to go zip lining today. I am so excited. I've never been zip lining before in my life, and I can't wait to do it, especially in the rainforest. It's going to be absolutely wonderful. The sun is shining. Yesterday when we went to Mount Arenal, the volcano, and we went to La Fortuna waterfall. And I didn't get as much video in La Fortuna waterfall as I wanted because it was pretty wet and all I had was my phone on me. So I was kind of sad about that, but we went swimming in the waterfall pool, which was surprisingly small. Like, I was kind of surprised that they allowed swimming in there because you can't get very close to the waterfall because it'll suck you in. It's like 250 foot up in the air. 225. I think it was said it was 75 meters, which would be 225. 225 foot tall. So it had a great force to it. And there was like this crazy undertow that if you just went 10 foot out, you were sucked in. It was quite the deal. So we did that for just a little bit, and then we went scaling the river rocks and trying to fight against the current. That was quite a thing too. I think we made it about 20 foot worth. I think it took us 40 minutes to do that. It was the river was streaming along pretty good. It was quite the hike. And now we've made it up into Monteverde, and right now we're headed to a butterfly farm. And I've been told, my dad told me that he went to this butterfly farm in southern Florida, I do believe it was, and he said it was surprisingly fun. So I'm kind of hoping for that same experience. Sorry, I'm short on breath. I got behind the rest of the group and I'm walking extra fast trying to catch up. So I started running and I haven't caught my breath after I was running. But anyway, so we'll talk to you again in a little bit and we'll show you some butterflies from the butterfly farm. Oh, and they told us don't wear bug spray because butterflies are insects and it will kill them. So there's no bug spray going into the butterfly farm because it's dangerous for the butterflies. So it's deadly, not just dangerous, deadly. Here's another thing too. We're headed down this hill and I don't think it gives a very good depiction on the video as to how steep this hill is. But we're headed down to this butterfly farm, and much like the waterfalls yesterday, we had to walk down to get down to the bottom of them. And I kind of wish it was reversed. I kind of wish we had to walk up to get to them so that on the way back it was... Oops, we got a car coming at us. Hold on. So that on the way back that it was a little easier because now we get to go to the thing and get to go to our activity, and then it's a trek to get back up to the bus. But it's all pura vida, which means good life in Costa Rican. It's their big saying that they say. So pura vida.
Stick insects are of course the absolute most boring creatures on the planet. They spend all day as a stick. In the evening, sticks that eat leaves and have the world's most frustrated males. They're surrounded by a forest full of things that look like gorgeous ladies. Really just sticks. And I wondered if this caused problems. and then came in the other day to find my male stick insect trying to mate with the branch. So it is a problem. And that led me to think about, how these little stick insects can undergo parthenogenesis. They can actually lay unfertilized eggs, and they'll develop right into their clones. Yeah, which is great when you decide you really did not want to have his babies as you watch him caress the branch next to you. It's really going to be a better alternative. My goodness. The reason that we talk badly about stick insects all the time is that people hate surprise bugs. They hate not knowing when it's there, and then all of a sudden you grab the stick and it was really a bug. It makes people incredibly uncomfortable. That's the reason you hate cockroaches, is that you really just hate surprise bugs. Now, I love cockroaches. I'm going to leave those there because it's not worth the battle. So this is Timmy. He's one of my favorite guys. And he's a giant peppered cockroach. So, I can see your judgy face. You have never taken the chance to look at the face of a cockroach before. You are too busy squishing it. And it turns out he's actually a little bit cute. Look at that face. Overwhelming guilt for all the ones you've killed in the past. My Valentine's this year, I took a portrait of Timmy, and it said, "I will love you for as long as cockroaches roam the earth," which is, of course, forever, ever. They're the toughest creatures on the planet. Tim here can live for 2 weeks without a head. If we popped his head off, he would still be walking around 2 weeks later. He just has no idea where he is, and he's really very hungry, but that's just like most of you at this point anyways. So they not only, 2 weeks later, he'd just be walking, and then Timmy's friend would be like, "Whoa, Timmy, what happened to your head?" And then Timmy wouldn't say anything. He would still be walking. And that's really incredible. They can survive being frozen. My first pet cockroach I had about 20 years ago, going on family vacation, so I stored him in the freezer. And I came back a little over a week later, popped him in the microwave for a couple seconds on defrost, and he was still alive, which was the coolest thing because that does not always happen. When I recently replicated this study with my son, and by with my son, I mean we did it together, I didn't put him in the freezer. When we got to the microwave part, the results were much more tragic. Look at that little face. So cute. Much more like microwaving an egg with the shell still on. Don't worry, ladies, I'm a trained professional. He's not going anywhere. And so, if you have not microwaved an egg with the shell still on, you should while you still live at home. Because you really don't want to clean up that mess. Yes. And then later when someone is like, "What happened here?" You go, "It was for science," and you run away, and then usually you don't get in too much trouble. But don't make that mistake when you move into your first apartment. What? He's kind of cute. Well, so cockroaches are really our species' most notorious surprise bug. Even the word insect is actually just the Greek word for cockroach.
Makes you wonder if they...
You know what? I like his backside better.
Yeah, he looks like a little leaf. He's really very handsome. So, the reason that you hate cockroaches is that whole surprise factor. Like when you get into bed and surprise, there's a cockroach. Or even worse, of course, you get into your end of your soda and surprise, there's a cockroach. Those are not times you wanted to find a cockroach. Timmy has no idea he's not welcome. Remember, he can live for 2 weeks without a head. Critical thinking is not his thing. Yeah.
How long do they live with a head?
We're talking 3.5 years for this species, at least. But most of the small cockroaches that you find in your house have a several month to a year long life. Now, they don't spread disease, which is why people hate them, because we tell all these stories about how they are such incredible vectors of disease. I hear them called dirty little creatures running across the floor, but that's of course human children. They're by far the most dangerous animals on the planet. Like mine's always coming home, he's like, and I have to let him in the house, even though I know he's going to make me sick. Meanwhile, Timmy is perfectly fine. I can give him kisses. I can put him in my mouth.
Oh, no way. Yes. Do it again for the camera. Oh, all right.
It's in Timmy's contract.
One time a day.
What is the craziest thing we've seen yet?
I love it.
I'm not eating him. Yes.
Little cayenne pepper and
Yeah,
Does not
Tabasco.
have a taste. Timmy and I have been working together for a long time.
Does Timmy like when you do that?
He doesn't really care. They have an alarm pheromone, so you have to work with them a lot before you get to the point where you put them in their mouth, because they smell really bad when you scare a cockroach, and you really don't want that in your mouth. It's like a whole training process. Before I let any of my interns do cockroach swallowing, it's a whole evening of cockroach swallowing training, because the last thing you want to do is put the cockroach in the wrong direction and it crawls down instead of out. It's an incredibly different show.
Good. Alright, guys, let's say hola to the nice people over here.
hola, nice people over here.
Pura vida.
Pura vida.
So we have Rena over here. Hola. Anna over here. Hola. Sam over here. Hola. And Roberto right here. Hola. Alright, guys.
Perfect. So welcome to the Butterfly Gardens. What we're going to do is break you guys into some smaller groups so that you have a little more room to check everything out. So I'm going to count off 2 groups of 10 to head to the greenhouses to see the butterflies, and the rest of you suckers are stuck with me looking at cranes. So we're going to count you off. Alright, hello, walk, and I will count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Are you in my group?
I'll be in your group.
Are you in my group, or are we splitting this?
We split in the butterfly.
Depends on whether you're needing a sugar daddy right now or not.
Yeah, you better stay close for the money.
Just wait.
Yeah, right about there.
See, they've got this crazy flight pattern. One of the reasons that we think they have such a crazy flight pattern, actually there's 2. The first is it makes birds avoid them, because a bird would love a big blue butterfly. But if it can't see and the morpho's just dancing like this, and then you'll notice when they have their wings closed, they're very dark underneath. So they can blend right into shadows and birds can't find them. The other reason is that you'll notice they like to drink rotting fruit, and so they're probably drunk all the time. So the life of a butterfly is great. So on that fruit tree we have the blue morpho, who has multiple eyes, and then we have the owl as well, who has a giant yellow eye spot. And the owl is special because they can only eat rotting stuff. They can't drink flowers the way that a lot of ones do. Is that here? There's a morpho out up here.
Okay.
And then that one next to it is a giant swallowtail. And then all these little green ones in here are called malachites. I believe there's one over on that plant as well. As for the giant owl butterflies, you'll find them on rotting fruit, rotting dead bodies, rotting piles of poop. They are not your classic butterfly. They're pretty cool. Yeah, there's a little malachite on that plant right there as well.
Where's my depth effect? Which one is that portrait?
Yeah.
I wish one of those blue ones would sit still.
I know, I keep trying to get it too. I know,
I
that's.
was trying to do a selfie with one and try and catch it.
I was videotaping it. I'm hoping I can pause it and
Yeah, maybe get mine.
find the spot. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, you should just come here.
And actually, if you look up there, in this corner,
Oh,
and there's
look,
like on the other side of the
like,
tree,
those like blend in.
They won't hurt you. There's nothing to hurt.
No, I know it.
I know, just touching you.
4 hours before the wings are dried. So that's a beautiful fly.
Do I really? Yes. Everyone take a picture before it goes away.
And the best way I find to photograph morphos is to get
too
a
late.
video.
I think I got a pretty one, or was it the brown one?
Yeah.
Black with green on it.
Oh, it's got color.
Does anybody have any questions?
I'm like still trying to like.
All the
look at that
butterflies
one.
here are very tasty to birds, so they really rely on camouflage to blend in. So this little one's called a blue frosted banner.
Big color. They won't stop long enough to.
Do you guys have a lot of butterflies where you're from in Iowa?
Not an overabundance.
Not like that.
They,
Not like the big ones, no. These are kind of the record biggest butterflies in the world.
Not the pretty ones. I know.
The other side is not.
Those are gorgeous.
it's not, is it? Yeah, the underneath is not.
Just the
So you can see a bird.
So even if we get
a
it to
blue
stop,
butterfly, and then all of a sudden the butterfly
won't
comes
be
and
blue.
sits up underneath the plant, and the bird can't see them anymore.
What were the orange ones? The black and orange?
The black and orange is called a Halloween butterfly, or Halloween longleaf.
so the butterfly gardens are turning out to be pretty cool. That lady up at the bug thing was pretty awesome. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that was in
She was pretty cool.
We think the owl butterflies got to be so big because
We
they
also-
look like owls and birds hate
we also
owls.
got,
Owls eat birds.
These butterflies, they're blue.
But their
And I'm
eyesight
gonna
also
I'm gonna
serves
try and
a
get one
second
here.
purpose, where if a bird
They're
wants to
blue on the
attack a
top, but they're
butterfly,
brown on the bottom.
it'll attack the owl eye.
Right
You
up
can see this
here.
one has a bit of a chip taken out of it.
You see the blue.
That one's actually not from a bird. We don't have any birds in here. The
There's
owls will also
lambs.
kind of attack each other and run into
You
things.
won't be able to see
Kinda
it.
funny. But the birds will go after the eye instead of the body of the butterfly. And butterflies can lose up
Cool.
to 2/3 of their wings and still fly. They're pretty incredible.
I know.
Alrighty, any questions? Yeah, these morphos are just dancing. I've only ever seen 2 together in the wild. 1 or 2. That's about it.
Oh, goodness.
I don't know what their mating vibe looks like.
I'm
Probably something like that. Alright, so we'll head now into our second garden. Just make sure that your butterflies are following you.
Yeah, when they
Emma! That just goes, you can't even see the other end, can you? Good. Okay. At the end? Break sooner than later? Break earlier? Towards the end? Break sooner than later? Okay. Ready? Hello.
How are you?
Fabulous. That was a great one.
See, I'm waiting for the longest. Both hands in the cable, my friend. Jump up. Where are you going? America. It's a pleasure.
Yes.
See you, my friend.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Gracias.
Pura vida. The next
Are we
cable.
going?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, there we go.
And this one, my partner take a picture for you at the end.
Oh, awesome.
Look at me. Hold the cable and move close to the cable. I need your head. With the here, my friend, with the rod. Strong hand Subway position, my friend. Like it's time
Okay.
for your picture. Cross your legs and bend your knees. Bend your knees a little more. Yes, my friend. You got it. Very good, sir. Follow from me, my lord. Very good. Right here behind you, the other one. Right here, go, go. See, watch out, you got it. Okay. Toes. Right hand. Straps. Down for me, amiga. Curl your legs, bend knees. Thank you. Break harder when the guy told you, okay, amigo?
All right.
Okay. Y una picture.
Gracias. Gracias. Oh, I'm scared for Mom on those two. I kind of want to wait. You did? Pura vida, Emma. All right. We're done with one zip line. On to the next. What's up?
What's up? What's good, Costa Rica?
Pura vida!
Good morning, Jake Paulers. I hope you're smiling. I hope you're working hard. I hope you're dabbing on them haters. We're gonna, what's this called? Zip line. Do that. That's a cool effect when you pop it up.
Apparently Clark's Adventures has a new camera guy. What is that? Pura vida! Melanie made it! Andale! Vamos! Oh, I'm so sorry. Lo cien. Zip line up. Pura vida, Addy!
Way to go, Addy!
You're doing great.
Shake the cable.
It's pretty long. This one's long. It goes out over a canyon. Yeah, it's a fun one. Holy cow. That's awesome. vida. Emma. Hi, buddy. That was pretty incredible, wasn't it? That was a very fun one. What's up, guys? What's up? We're on a nature walk. It's called a night walk, and it's in the middle of the night in Costa Rica. We're in Monteverde, up in the mountains, and it is just really cool. We're in the middle of the rainforest right now. You'll see me up here and not up here because it's pitch black out in the middle of the night. And it's pretty cool. We're out looking for sloths and monkeys, and they said we don't have pandas here, so I guess we won't get to pet a panda, but they're in Africa, by the way. I think they're in Africa. Pura vida. We'll see you in a little bit.
Closer like mosquitoes.
All right, guys.
Closer like mosquitoes. And look at that.
So we're on the night.
You see the sloth? And look at the face. You see the face on the right side? Everybody see it? Pura vida.
Pura vida.
Is that the
There's the
average
sloth.
size?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pura vida, chicos. Okay, guys.
pura
Remember,
vida.
in Costa Rica we have two species of sloth. We have the two-toed sloth and three-toes. But in Monteverde, in this elevation, we only have the two toes. The three toes is possible to see Caribbean size or South Pacific, Costa Rica. Three toes are active only during the daytime, and two toes are active only at nighttime. They move upside down, sleep upside down, eat upside down. Always they are upside down. They look big, but it's only around 6 or 7 kilograms. They look big because have a very long hair. The sloth don't see well, don't hear well, but they can smell very well. They eat new leaf, fruits, and flower. Live in the trees, but you know what happens when they have to go to the toilet? They come to the ground. They use the toilet only once a week. When they have to go to the toilet, they come to the ground only once a week. The reason is because if the sloth put up on the trees, when they put it falling, the wind bring the put odor. The wildcat are enemy for the sloth. The wildcat can smell very well and smell the put and find very easy. Then in this area, I saw the ocelot. You know ocelot?
Yes.
So we take our weekly trip to the grocery store, and they take their weekly trip to the dump.
They have only one baby every 3 years. Yeah.
How long does it take them to? How long are they pregnant for?
Okay. Yes. They live alone. They are solitary. They male go close to the female only to mate. After, she will be pregnant for 11 months. After the baby birth, the baby is with the mother around 1 year. The first 6 months, the baby is in the chest of the mother. The next 6 months, the baby follow the mother. And it's totally active now. Look at the face, little face. Perezoso de dos dedos. In Spanish, perezoso, you know? Perezoso.
Yep.
Perezoso.
How long do they live?
They live around 29 years. And they sleep around 20 hours. That is pura vida.
Yeah, that is pura vida.
20 hours. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's moving. It's moving.
So there's our sloth we've been looking for.
Now we need to find a monkey.
I think there was a few of us that was our main thing we wanted to see.
I didn't expect. I don't know. It looks bigger than what I thought,
Yeah, it's bigger than what I thought.
or fluffier, I guess.
So how old is this? Is this one?
This one, I don't know exactly.
So if they get around humans, are they friendly or no?
No.
Do you ever, do you
What-
ever
what-
see them on the ground?
Very far.
Do you ever see them on the ground?
Yeah.
When they poop,
Yeah.
if they're on the ground, they're pooping.
On the ground. Por la vida, chicos.